Welcome to Hidden in Universal Vault. I'm Ryan, your host. Don't worry about that. And I welcoming you to my review of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Yep, I'm covering Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. This was recent, as in 2022. This is featuring the titular character Puss in Boots, and the sequel to, I think, was one of the funnest movies of all time, Puss in Boots from 2010. That was a spin-off series. This marks the return of Antonio Banderas and Salma Hayek. In addition to the cast, we also have some new cast members. We have Harvey Gillion, and also has Fiona Pugh, whose recent film, who's in the recent movie Oppenheimer for Christopher Nolan. But anyways, it also has Olivia Colman, Ray Winston, and John Mulaney, I think it is. Millennian. Also has Wagner Morato. I'm probably butchering that last name. But anyways, that's the gist of the cast in Puss in Boots. Now, Puss in Boots: Last Wish, like I said, was the sequel to the spin-off. But basically, it actually focuses on Puss in Boots. And basically, he is like the biggest hero. He is sort of, this follows and picks up. Actually, this is following the events of Shrek Forever After. This is also the 16th in the Shrek franchise. But basically, it starts out that he's trying to run away from the governor. The governor finds him in the bar. Basically, now we're introduced to Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Fiona Pugh voices Goldilocks, obviously. So we see her with the Three Bears, and she's like this sort of hit woman, and she befriends the Three Bears. Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and I believe, Baby Bear. So they're basically just grizzly bears. That's all it is. And basically, then you got another character. John Mulaney plays Big Jack Horner, which is another fairy tale character named Little Jack Horner. So he gets a backstory, and he's like this pie tycoonist, and he's like the main antagonist. Well, it starts out thinking that Goldilocks might be the main antagonist. So she might be the main antagonist. But it turns out it's Big Jack Horn. So he's sick and tired of being called Little Jack Horn. So it gets a backstory. For some reason, it also they show a puppet show, which turns out it's Pinocchio. You know, the Pinocchio character from the Shrek movies. Which I gotta say is absolutely hysterical. The song for this hero is amazing. The best song. There's a lyric video on the DVD special features, or the Blu-ray as well. I did watch the DVD because unfortunately I can't watch Blu-rays on here. So we get that sort of parallel, I guess. So basically that gist of the film, and it's crazy. This was like I said, this was made by Universal, obviously, with the help of DreamWorks Animation, since they bought DreamWorks Animation. Though we get a really nice new DreamWorks Animation opening logo, which shows pretty much all the DreamWorks characters in this. So basically, we also get another character in the beginning where he fights the wolf. I believe the wolf? Yeah, the wolf or Death. He's basically, the wolf is essentially the Grim Reaper in this movie. So his job is to go after Puss to end his legacy. So he loses, the wolf wins, and he decides he goes into a cat orphanage, and this cat owner, it's crazy. Like, he'll go in there, and the cats are getting ready to eat in the spittoon with all the cat food. So basically, he eats it, but all of a sudden it's like, he doesn't like that. So what does he do? He makes flapjacks, and the owner's not pleased. So he sprays the cat with water. It's absolutely hysterical. Let's talk about the really good stuff. The animation. This is the same type of animation. There's a lot of fight scenes which do this stop motion-ish fight scene. It's the same type of animation I was using in The Bad Guys, which was also another DreamWorks animated film I did cover on the channel. But it works well in this. Though while they're getting the wish, basically Little Big Jack Horn, I should say, is with the Baker's Dozen. I do believe, yeah. He calls his henchman known as the Baker's Dozen, which is absolutely hysterical. So the henchman Baker's Dozen is basically getting mauled by flowers. Let me tell you, it's pretty graphical how a lot of these Baker Dozens get it. The one Baker's Dozen, he gets eaten, becomes a skeleton. The other one gets zapped. Jack Horn has this crossbow that once it hits his target, confetti comes out of it. It's crazy. Like I said, the animation is so good in this. It's also just a fun movie. I love the Puss in Boots character. He's actually my favorite character in the Shrek franchise. He's just such a ton of fun, though. And Antonio Banderas, like I said, since Shrek 2, he's just been a lot of fun. And you grow to like the character a lot. We're also introduced, like I said, to Peach Rare, I think it is. And he becomes his, like, sidekick. And it's really, really, really good. And I love the movie. I just think it's just a great movie. It's just fun. The ending has a really good moral. It has a happy ending, and I think it works what it is. Though for some reason, near the end of the movie, it does not give away the movie, but near the end of it, he tries to do these bug eye things. It kind of reminds me of the lazy eye in Five Goes West. I don't know when he's trying to do that. He'll like do this, and then all of a sudden he'll like do the eyes. So they teach him how to do the precious, cute eyes. The big eyes is what they call it. It's crazy. I love it. Just, that is really good. I'm kind of talking fast since I only have 2% battery. So I just wanted to let you know, guys, that I have 2% battery. So I'm kind of running this really quick, though. But it's a lot of fun. I have fun. The visuals are great. The animation. This is one example of how CG and that hand-drawn style, like French animation. The first movie was directed by Chris Miller. Chris Miller directed the first movie, and in this installment we got Joe Crawford is directing this. Joel Crawford is directing this installment. So, like I said, it's a lot of fun, and I can easily say, yeah, this is a really fun movie then. But yeah, he gets to become a very old cat. The stuff where he's like has a beard, and there's a fight where he's trying to do this one fight. He's like, I can't handle this beard. He's trying to take it all off. He's kind of like me at times where I don't like having a 5 o'clock shadow. It really bothers me. So I'm in there trying to shave really good. So I relate to it a lot. Like I said, it's a great movie. I think it's an improvement over Puss in Boots in 2010. I think it is an improvement over that. So it's a really, really fun movie, though. And I can easily say, yeah. Before I go into the final verdict, I kind of want to talk about the special features. There is a new short, the Triton, which Puss in Boots in this one was not Antonio Banderas. It was Eric Bowser. So you don't hear Antonio's voice as Puss, which sounds a bit off, but it does sort of like follow the events. This movie follows the events of Shrek Forever After, which I didn't even know that. It is a sequel to the spin-off film, but it's actually picks up the events after Shrek Forever After. So if you've seen Shrek Forever After, you probably know about this. And honestly, I like the Shrek movies. I thought Forever After was weak, but I will get to that when I review the Shrek movies down the road. I do want to go back and watch the Shrek movies and review them to see maybe if the original Shrek hold up. You know what? Hang on, guys. I know, I'm going to run this really quick, though. I'm not going to show up the disc because there's not much in the disc. Hang on, guys. There we go. So anyways, don't worry about me bumping into things. Let's just go ahead. And, yeah, I guess I'll show you the artwork, though. Let's actually take a look at the artwork. I really dig this artwork. I think it's an improvement over the first Puss in Boots artwork, which I think is pretty cool, though. But, yeah, this is awesome. I actually got this movie off of Listia. This was the last copy I got off of Listia. Listia's hit and miss when you get movies, but I did get this off of Listia, so I got this for free-ish, and let me tell you, the free-ish was definitely worth it. This is probably going to be... I normally don't put tons of DreamWorks animated films, but this one is probably going to be make it to the top list. I'm not 100% sure. This one is going to be a close chance. This might be one of the nominees for my best list at the very end of the year. So, some really good artwork. You got the back. Like I said again, for a PG-rated film, it basically, yeah, for a PG-rated film, it pretty much goes a little bit to the extreme. I thought some of the stuff was a little too graphical. Smaller children might be a little bit terrified with some of the imagery in this, but I think older kids will definitely like this movie that much. Yeah, as you can see on the back, it says right here, a new story from the fairy tales of Shrek. So this does follow, this is a 16th film in the Shrek franchise. So this, I guess, does. And there was post-credit at the end, which sort of, I'm not going to give away what about the post-credit, but you're going to have to watch it. But you're going to have to watch it for yourself. I just love this artwork. I mean, I'll show it one more time, but look at the beautiful artwork. Look at that. That is how you make artwork. And it definitely sold me on the movie as well. So, yeah, let me see if I can stack this. There we go. Okay, anyways. Now I got it out of the way. There's not much for discard. It's just clear and a red disc. I'm not going to open it up, so I just want to let you guys know. So anyways, now I got it out of the way. So here we go. Final verdict. Should you see Puss in Boots: Last Wish? And that is a yes. That is a highly recommended yes. I can recommend Puss in Boots: Last Wish. This is a lot of fun, and I'm being honest with my reviews, even though I'm not the best reviewer on YouTube. But if you haven't seen Puss in Boots: Last Wish, do yourself a favor, pick up a copy, get a copy, check the film out. It's a lot of fun. I think, honestly, this is better than the third Shrek or even Shrek Forever After. I think this is a lot of fun. I think, honestly, in my opinion, I think this is the best movie in that Shrek universe. It's part of that whole Shrek universe. And maybe it's because I have a great fascination with the Puss in Boots character. Honestly, I could even see a spin-off with the Donkey character. I want to see more spin-offs with these Shrek characters. If Puss in Boots can get its own movie, I'd like to see Donkey get its own movie. He's another great character. So much. Though I found this out, though, that... one thing I forgot to mention that. Little, Jack Horn has this conscience. He goes by the name of, Enchanted Bug. He gets this Enchanted Bug, which is basically... It's a parody with... It's basically Jiminy Cricket with Jimmy Stewart's voice. But the guy did Jimmy Stewart's voice really good. It's a parody of Jiminy Cricket, but I forgot to mention that character as well. Everybody was good. Like, the whole cast really put effort. I never saw a movie with Fiona Pugh. And after watching this, I think she's very talented. I hope to watch, like I said, I hope to get around to watching Oppenheimer, who she's in it though. I heard that movie's fantastic. But as of this, that has nothing to do with that movie. But as it stands, this movie is probably going to make it on my best list before the end of the year. It's that good. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, some kids might be scared. I want to say maybe about 4 or 5 year olds might be scared between the imagery. And some of it is pretty graphical. But I think some of the colors might I'm going to say this right now. If you're photosensitivity or something like that, you might not want to watch this movie but I think older, mature kids like teenagers are definitely going to get a kick out of this movie. I loved it. It had some moments, and there aren't really that many. I don't think there's hardly any negatives. It's just a perfect film. It's a lot of fun. I had a good time with this movie. So, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching my review of Puss in Boots: Last Wish. If you guys like what I have on the channel, come back to the channel. Check out a lot of really good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of Puss in Boots: Last Wish. I know I had a lot of fun with this movie. And until then, as always, keep watching those Universal movies. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.